In this video, I wanted to go ahead and look at an old Boonie hat. Now, this is a new unissued Vietnam War Boonie. So, this is a pretty cool piece of history. I mean, lately I've been looking at Boonie hats. I apparently didn't save any of the Boonie hats that I was issued when I was in. I think actually one of them just got lost in the mix, and the other one got lost or was left behind on deployment when I got wounded. So I've been looking around for Boonie hats, and lately I've been looking for OD green gear, and I found that there was this Boonie hat, the old classic actual military spec Boonie hat, you know, and it's a Vietnam War relic, I guess you could say. It's unissued, unused. You can actually find used examples on eBay. There's actually one that apparently some first sergeant or sergeant first class had used in the Vietnam War, and they got pictures of how it was used. It has little tears here and there, but it's basically this. It looked like it was this exact model or exact Boonie, but it had been worn throughout the entire conflict. So anyways, this is an interesting piece of history, and I don't know about you, but when I was in, I loved my Boonie hat. I didn't like my duty cover. These things were great. Even when it was raining, even though it's not waterproof, it was just really comfortable to have around. It's not too big on the rim. It's not, ridiculously uncomfortable. The only difference is the one that I was issued in the Marine Corps actually had a felt area around here. It was like a fleece up where the forehead would be on the inside. So anyways, this is a size 6 7/8, and I got this hat off of Mike's Militaria, and this is basically the shop that Mike B has. If you go on his YouTube channel, I'll link that and the website below. But he got in these Vietnam Boonies, and the interesting thing about this is they run for about $25, and the only size he has is a 6 7/8, which is about a size small. But being that it's cotton, it can stretch, it'll warp a little bit first wash, and you know, when it gets worn, it can stretch out. But this is a poplin weave, and basically poplin, it's also treated, it's a Corpel treated, which is basically something from like 1959 that they came up with for treating it for water repellency and stuff like that, being water repellent. And you know, it's kind of an old school way of doing things, but poplin is basically different than a plain weave and a twill. It's just really tightly knit cotton, basically put together. And I don't think it's specific to cotton, it's just the fabric. It's tightly woven instead of a plain weave. And obviously it's an OD and everything, and it's got a ripstop. It's ripstop pattern here, and it's got a really nice appearance to it. It doesn't flatten out or prevent wrinkles like a plain weave or a twill, and it's not like a plain weave where it's just like generally woven together and stuff. So it'll hold together maybe a little better until it gets punctured, and then it'll start unraveling. But you know, it's actually a pretty nice Boonie. And when you get it, this is a picture of what it looked like when I got it in the mail. Now, when I got it in the mail, I didn't really know what I was getting. There were no reviews on it, so I put a review on the websites, but it came with the Mosquito Net that also came with them when they were issued, and it was basically wrapped the way it was when it was issued, so that was really cool to unwrap it, and still had the piece of paper, and the ink was faded out. It was pretty cool to get that. Great piece of history. So as you see here, you got your Mosquito Net, and basically it's a very long mosquito net, and it's kind of flimsy, but it's pretty nice. I think it still would work today, but basically you put it over the top here, and I'm guessing you just use some cloth like 5/50 cord or something like that, and thread this in around the little loops here, and then you just hang it like this over your head. And as you can see here, it's got the cinch point's only on one side, so this is the bottom. It doesn't have any areas to cinch it down and secure it. And this side has, you know, two, and it's not really even. It's actually in the back area of this, so you know, it's pretty cool that you get this with it. Usually you would have to get a different type of mosquito net separate from a Boonie if you were to buy it. Now these things run about 25 bucks, but you know, for being a piece of history, I don't think this thing is like falling apart or decaying, and obviously it hasn't, but it's got these old school, you know, white tags here, and that's what it is. It's ripstop, it's poplin, wind resistant poplin, ripstop, Corpel treated, you know, that's pretty awesome. And so here you have your little chin straps here, and you can see that it uses a little cut of leather to secure it instead of the newer method, which is basically a plastic little cinch pin that uses a spring on the inside, and you just pinch it to kind of move it, but this just uses the friction of the leather to help it out. So I don't know, I'm just really liking this Boonie, and it's more, I was intending to use this, but I don't think I can. It's like a piece of history. I'll probably end up using it down the line, but I just really like this hat. I'm really glad that I got it, and with shipping and everything up to Alaska, it cost me about 30 bucks, if not a little bit more, but it's a fully functioning Boonie. I mean, I might just get another one that I can actually use, and this other one just be my little relic. So I'm actually pretty happy that I got it, but I don't know if I can use it. Yeah, I don't know, but here's an interesting thing. You see that single stitching basically around here, and then you get over here and it's like the stitching went off and they had to correct it. I don't know, I just see those little minor details as kind of cool, but I'm sure if I looked around in here I'd find other things. Like, you notice this on an inspection, you'd fail an inspection just for this, but yeah, you'd have to police it up. But yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty happy with this purchase, even though it's basically not something I can really use unless I get another one and I just start using this one, or I use the one that I get. But yeah, if you want an actual authentic Vietnam War Boonie, I would go on his website and go get one, and check out his channel. Both things are going to be put in the description below, so definitely check it out. But yeah, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, I think it would be worth a look. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching. I hope that I give you guys some pretty good information, and you guys have a good one.